command, we don't have a leader, we're just volunteers. And since May 2022, we've been on the streets of Ireland trying to warn people about the COVID-19 injections. They're not vaccines, they never wear vaccines. Anyone that's coming out to speak about this now, and they're still using the word vaccine, we need to reprimand them. We need to tell them to start using the correct terminology to describe this thing. It was never a vaccine. In May 2022, we got our hands on some safety data from Pfizer's own safety data. And it's an absolute fucking shit show. It's evidence. It is evidence that they have known since February 2021. That's when they got the data. They didn't release it until May 2022. They went into a court in Texas. They tried to release it at a time period that would have taken 75 years. But the court in Texas ruled against them. So they had to release X amount of documents every month. So it is the biggest evil, the greatest evil that has ever been inflicted on humanity. And it's come in the name of a vaccine. They've backed on our traditional meaning of what a vaccine is, where you go in, you take one shot, and then you're immune. They piggybacked on that name to describe this product in order to trick and fool the people into taking it. It's an absolute shit show. Our group of people, we don't need a leader. We just need people who are prepared to work very hard and not look for kudos. We go into the public space and we provide information directly to the people that were taking the injection. It was very important to us when we started that we wouldn't stay in an echo chamber, that we wouldn't just show our work to the people who already knew and who weren't taking the injection. It was very important to us that we actually went out and faced the people. When we started, we got a torrent of abuse from the Irish people. We got spat at, we got kicked, I got punched several times, I got liquids thrown over me several times. But I can tell you now that the tide has completely turned in relation to this product. People are now living in a reality that is completely opposite to what they were told that this product was. We ran an excess deaths campaign now for about 18 months. I just wanted to relay, I wrote some things, but I'm not going to bother with that. I just want to tell you about some things that we've been meeting directly from the people of Ireland. The people of Ireland are suffering. There are tens and tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of people have been injured by this product. We went from a point where we started, we picked up around the Talley, we'd go to busy road junctions, and we'd struggle to get 200 or 300 leaflets out. We're now getting 2,500 leaflets, 3,000 leaflets out. The Irish people know, they know that they were sold something that was a total fraud. People are seeing their relatives getting cancers. I've heard so many stories that people have approached us. Their loved ones took a booster and they were dead the next day. I'm hearing that all the time now. When we started first, it would be very hard for people to approach us to tell us about this pain. We were in Cork recently and 14 people, we were there for 2 hours and 14 people in Cork came up to us to tell us about injury and death for their loved ones that they say is due to these injections. This is a huge turnaround. If a small group of people can pitch up somewhere in Cork and 14 people will approach them, it must be fucking everywhere. Like, had we a pitched up further down the road, would there be another 14? If there was another group of us in another town looking to speak to the same people, would there be another 14? The issue that I have now is the problem that we have now is we as a collective are not harnessing these voices. We are not opening our arms up to the people who took the injection. There's still an awful lot of hatred. There's still an awful lot of oil being spat at the people that took the injections. How are we ever supposed to win people over? When is the last time that someone called you a sheep or an idiot or a normie and then you went and joined that person? These are vulgar words. These are disgusting words. Anybody that's still sowing division, between us and the people that took the injection is either a state operative and their job is here to keep us cocooned and to make us feel that we're special for not taking it and to keep us away from the people that actually took the injection. The only justice that is going to come for this crime against humanity is the biggest crime that has ever been inflicted on humanity. The only people that are going to get that justice now, and it's very apparent to me, is the people that actually took it. They are the people that need to start speaking up. The content creators in our movements, this thing that's opposing it. We're not asking the vaccine injured to come onto our podcast. We're not asking the people who have regret because of this injection to come onto our podcast. I have no doubt today that there's people here who took that injection and you regret. It is up to you now to speak that regret. Your words are the words that is going to get justice. I didn't take it. I tried to tell people not to take it. That has been my life's ambition for the last 3 years, and the people that are working away prepare it. And we empty our own pockets. We pay for everything ourselves. And we walk into the public with love and empathy in our hearts. And this is now getting a response. It is up to us, it is up to the content creators to ask the people who regret taking the injection to come and speak about that regret. Until we have an avalanche of people who are willing to speak that regret, everybody else is going to stay quiet. We are inflicting the Irish people in pain and misery and suffering because we're not creating the space for them to come out and express that suffering that they're going through. It is up to us. It has been obvious to me that there has been a concerted effort to not talk about this injection. I have a few gripes with the nationalist movement. I'm going to express them now, but I express them from a personal point of view, not as way prepared or volunteer. We had dozens of people go for election last year who were in full knowledge that this injection was killing and maiming people, and the direction from the top was don't talk about it. What does that make us? Why is nationalism? Why is patriotism if it doesn't include the people who are suffering? Like, well, what form of patriotism wants you to hate and beat down or to keep this evil quiet? I'll finish up now. We had a wonderful opportunity last year to go out into the Irish people as political representatives and be on a different frequency and say, we're going to say these things that you don't want to hear because these things can save your life. They can actually save your life. Nobody was getting elected last time, and it was very short-sighted if anyone thinks we were going to march 50 people into that hall. But we had an opportunity to show that we are different, that we are on a different frequency, that we're not going to talk half-truths, bits of truths just to get your vote. So all is not lost. All is not lost. We still have an opportunity now, when the next election comes, to show that we are a different breed of politician. That we're not only interested in getting your vote, we're interested in telling you the absolute shit that we are in here. There is an agenda. There is an agenda to push Western civilization. Everything that we're living through is part of that agenda, and COVID-19 was the opening gambit of that agenda. If we don't talk about the opening gambit, what are we doing? What are we doing? Thanks, guys. Thanks.